Welcome to the SG Unite 2.0 instructional video. Be sure to pay attention as I explain the gameplay. Before that, here's some information on the card pack. Here are the different types of cards and their functions. Once a crisis card is drawn, the player is out of the game. However, this can be avoided using the following: a counter-response card or a crisis immunity combo, which is made up of the 5 different TD pillar cards. If the crisis is successfully resolved, the player remains in the game. Place crisis card randomly back into the draw pile regardless of whether the player is able to resolve it or not. Once a disruption card is drawn, the player should follow the instructions on the card before placing it in the discard pile. Each disruption can be resolved with a specific TD pillar card, which will be demonstrated later. When a player draws a TD pillar card, the player can either alter the draw pile, gameplay, or resolve a disruption using the card's effects. A wild card can be used to substitute any TD pillar card. A counter-response card can be used to delay a crisis card. The delayed crisis card can then be randomly placed back into the draw pile. The objective of this game is to be the winner by finding ways to resolve disruptions and crises that occur during the game. Here's how to begin playing the game. First, separate the cards according to colors. Remove the blank crisis card. Deal 1 counter-response card to each of the players. Next, shuffle the wild cards and TD pillar cards. Deal 3 cards face down to each player. Shuffle the remaining cards face down. This deck is now known as the draw pile. The youngest player at the table starts first. During the game, the player can play a card from hand, follow the instructions on the card, and then place it in the discard pile. Do note that there is no limit to the number of cards a player can play. Players can still play the game with no cards in hand by drawing a card from the draw pile. Players can also draw a card without discarding any card from hand. Player's turn ends when the player draws a card from the draw pile. If a player draws a crisis card, that player must either delay the crisis with a counter-response card or a crisis immunity combo. If the player does not have either of these, the player is out of the game. The crisis card must then be randomly placed back into the draw pile regardless of whether the player has resolved it or not. If a player draws a disruption card, the player can resolve the disruption with a TD pillar card. If the player is unable to do so, the player must follow the instructions at the bottom of the card as penalty. The gameplay continues until 1 player is left. That player is the winner. Now that you have learned how to play SG Unite 2.0, go out there and challenge your friends and family members. To view this video again, visit the Singapore Discovery Center website at www.sdc.com.sg. Have fun, and remember, together we keep Singapore strong.